Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Today we are going to talk about the request for changing the terms of payment. The buyer and the seller would make a change on the terms of payment before they pay. Therefore, today's learning objectives are first, the letter writing of the request for changing the terms of payment. Second is the letter writing of the acceptance to the request. And the third is how to draft a letter of the refusal to the request. Now let's see how to draft a letter of changing the terms of payment. It includes 4 parts. The first part should be the opening sentence and the statement of the current payment arrangements. Here are the typical sentences. Thank you for your letter of January 21. We used to adopt DP as terms of payment. We are pleased to receive your letter of February 12. Our purchase has been by an LC. The second part should make a request for another payment term and tell the reasons. The typical sentences are: would you like to adopt LC as the terms of payment? What do you think of paying by TT? Would you be kind enough to accept our requirement because we have difficulties in making purchase in our own account? We are asking for this concession so that we can get the amount in the following days. The third part should express the appreciation in advance. The typical sentences are: thank you for your help. It will be appreciated if you accept this kind of payment. The last part is the closing sentences. We can say, a prompt reply would be appreciated. Your early reply will be highly appreciated. We look forward to your early reply with much interest. We shall be glad to hear from you. Here is the sample letter.
Dear Sir, we have examined the specifications and price list for your range of colored candles, and now wish to place an order with you. We enclose our order number 569 for 2.000 dozens of candles. As we are in urgent need of candles for the coming holiday season, we would be grateful if you would make up the order and ship it as soon as possible. In the past we have traded with you on a site credit basis. We would now like to propose a different arrangement. When the goods are ready for shipment and the freight space booked, you will fax us and we will then remit the full amount by telegraphic transfer, TT. We are asking for this concession so that we can give our customers a specific delivery date and also save the expenses of opening a LTTER of credit. As we believe that this arrangement should make little difference to you and help with our sales, we trust that you will agree to our request. We look forward to receiving confirmation of our order and your agreement to the new arrangements for payment. Yours truly, John Marlowe, Manager.
In this letter, first, the buyer expresses the desire to place an order. Then he wants to ship the goods as soon as possible. Third, he states the past payment arrangements on a site credit basis. Fourth, the request for another payment, TT. Then he tells the reason for the change of payment. The last paragraph is the closing sentences. He expresses his expectation. Well, after receiving the letter or requesting for changing the terms of payment, we can accept the request. Now let's see how to draft a reply to accept a letter of payment change. It usually includes 3 parts. The first part should be the opening. Here, we will write the sentence and expressions of acceptance. The typical sentences are: in reply to your letter of January 25, we accept your request for changing the terms of payment. According to your request in your letter of February 23, we are glad to accept LC as the terms of payment. As a special accommodation, we will accept time LC at 30 days. The second part should be the reasons. The typical sentences are: in order to maintain our mutual benefits and long-standing relationship between us, we accept DA as an exception, but we cannot regard it as a regular practice. In view of the small amount of this transaction, we are prepared to accept payment by DP at 90 days side for the goods mentioned. The last part is the closing sentence. The typical sentences are: we hope we can conclude our business with kind cooperation. We look forward to receiving your order soon. Here is the sample letter.
Dear Sir, we are pleased to receive your order number 569 for 2,000 dozens of candles. In view of a long-standing friendly relationship between us, we are willing to accept payment by TT. We'd like to inform you that all the items you ordered can be available from stock. Upon receipt of your remittance by TT, we will ship the goods without any delay. Look forward to receiving your early reply. Yours faithfully.
The first paragraph is to assure the receipt of the order. The second paragraph is the reason and the expression of acceptance. And the last paragraph is the common closing sentence. After receiving the letter or requesting for changing the terms of payment, there is great possibility of refusing the request for changing terms of payment. So, it is also necessary to learn the letter of refusing. Now, let's see how to draft the refusal to the request. It usually includes 3 parts. The first part should be the opening sentence and the expressions of regret for not accepting the changes. The typical sentences are: in reply to your letter of January 25, we regret to say we cannot accept your terms of payment. We have learned from your letter of February 23 that you are going to pay by DA. Unfortunately, although it is our desire to pave the way for the smooth development of business between us, we cannot accept DA as the terms of payment. The second part should be the reasons. The typical sentences are: as you know, it is our usual practice to pay by LC. We cannot make an exception. Although we are appreciative of your trial order, we are unable to consider your request for payment on the DP at 60 side owing to tight funds. The last part is the closing sentence. We can end as: we hope we will have another chance to cooperate. If you can accept the original terms of payment, your early reply will be highly appreciated. Here is the sample letter.
Dear Sirs, We are glad to learn from your letter of May 15th that you are interested in skirt. We also noticed that you wish to make payment by DA. We have considered your proposal but regret to say that we cannot accept it, as we do not have sufficient credit information about you to offer you DA terms at present. However, in order to help you push the sale of our new product, we are prepared to accept payment by DP at site. This is the best thing we can do. Please supply 2 bank references. We have already concluded business with several buyers from Europe and North America. We are pleased to inform you that our skirt is getting popular on the market. We have even received some repeat orders. We hope this will encourage you to place an order with us. We are looking forward to receiving your order soon. Yours faithfully.
In this letter, the first paragraph is the opening sentence. The second paragraph expresses a regret for not accepting the changes and offers to another kind of payment. The third paragraph is persuading the buyer to place the order. The last part is the common closing sentence. Okay, today we've learned the skills to draft letters of request for changing the terms of payment, the acceptance to the request, and the refusal to the request of the change. You should pay attention to the typical sentences used in the above 3 types of mails and memorize them at your spare time. Thank you for watching. See you next time.